Hey, what's up, guys? Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. I told you, if you're listening to the radio show this week, I told you when it came to FSU coming into Hard Rock Stadium, Cupcake, dude. The Canes, they handled that bakery product today. They win 36-14. Depending on when you got the line, they covered. It was 21 mostly this week. I believe some places it was 22, 22 and a half. Florida State was able to put a very late touchdown out there. Not the most thrilling game in the world. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like this was one of the classics in this rivalry. Certainly you had an FSU team that has been, really, really, really piss poor this year. They dropped to 1-7 with this loss. The Canes, they continue their undefeated stretch, 8-0 on the season, something they have not been since the 2017 season when they were, of course, rolling up until that fateful day at Pitt. I think the thing that was interesting with this one, though, look, Miami has been a team that rightfully has had some questions thrown their way. I have not really let any of that stuff bother me because I'm just enjoying this ride right now. This is a great Canes season. This has not happened in a very long time. You are taking care of business. This was not a game that was ever in doubt. So, let's put forth a game that's not pretty and a game that's ugly and a game that is dicey. They've certainly dealt with dicier situations over the last 3 weeks than they have this game, because you basically were taking on this inept opponent that basically had one play. You brought in, after a couple drives, this true freshman quarterback, Cromanoke, who was like intangibles wonder with his scrambles. And so and every time they were going, basically from the third, fourth drive on, they were going for it every single time on fourth down. So it was a very weird game. You know, it was interesting. Definitely, I would have thought that the way the game started and the way that Miami was just killing it. I mean, they went through FSU the first drive of this game like a hot knife through butter. They go up 7-0. The next few drives just go nowhere for FSU, and I was thinking, all right, this is going to be a cakewalk for the Canes. They are certainly going to be able to be in an easy situation for this. But it would take them a couple more drives. The star of this game, bar none, was Damian Martinez. You know, his final numbers were fantastic. He put the Canes up a couple of scores. They would go up 14-0 right as the start of the second quarter happens. And that was the big answer. That was when FSU got this crazy play on fourth down where their freshman QB looked like he was going to go down. He ends up scooting all the way down, inside the 15. He then ran for it again, got it all the way down to the goal line. They got 4 cracks at it. The Canes were able to get it to 4th and goal. They finally put it in the end zone to make it 14-7. And you're like, right, okay, let's, it was interesting because it was a first half that really went quickly. There weren't a ton of possessions because the next time around, it looked very much like the Canes were going to be able to march into the end zone. They were moving with no real issues. Just outside the 2-minute warning, Cam Ward did have a play on this drive, just magic, dude. He had this one where he looked like he was cooked twice, nearly got brought down. He's just evading hits left and right and is able to get the first down. I'm just like, this dude is magic. Probably the highlight of his night. They were just doing a good, look, you got to give credit to FSU. They suck, but most of it is on the offensive side. Second highest total put up against them. SMU was able to put up, I think, 42 against them. Canes finished with 36 today. Right now, I believe, by the way, SMU, what's going on with their fight right now as they do this? They're in a bit of a dogfight with Duke. Duke has the ball, 3 seconds left. No, SMU has the ball, 3 seconds left. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, missed field goal. Oh, no. All right, well, that one looks like it's going to overtime then. The old battle of head coach versus former coordinator Rhett Lashley and Manny Diaz, which is of course going to be Miami's opponent next week. That is to me, they are currently 6-1 before they go into this overtime. That to me is honestly one of the most critical games of Mario Cristobal's career. You don't lose to the guy who you replaced. Like that cannot happen. Anyway, getting back into this game. So Miami, they got a little bit of Cam Ward magic. There was a great play by Cam Ward to Isaiah Horton. He goes up high to catch it. The big play on this drive, I would say, Cam Ward got sacked on his blind side. They started jawing a little bit with Darnell Jackson Jr. after the sack. Ward then hits Isaiah Horton again. He scrambles, gets all the way down to the 2-yard line, but there was 7 seconds left in the first half. He gets one shot to Xavier Restrepo. Would have certainly been a bigger punctuation on the first half. They end up having to settle for 3. And that's very much where like this game would start going for Miami, is that they would get drives going, but then it would it would be a big sack. Cam was running for his life a little bit today. What did he end up? I don't remember how many sacks he ended up taking today, but that was definitely one of the things that was noticeable. What did they finish with? They finished with 4 sacks today. Yeah, he was running for it for a little bit. They were selling out on certain times. There was one where Maui Noah gave up his first sack of the season. They just sent 2 dudes right at him. He didn't block either one of them. So I would say that's probably the biggest concern. But on the other side of it, if you want to go like glass half empty on it, because I'm not here to bitch about 8-0. That is, if you're a Canes fan, you want to do that and say, like, we didn't look that great against FSU. Like, yeah, but you didn't look bad against FSU. This wasn't a game where like Miami won 10-7. This wasn't a game where Miami won 12-6 or something like that. They put it on them. It took them a little bit to put the dagger in them, and Mario Cristobal was certainly, he knew on the other side of it, he was taking on a team. Honestly, to his credit, Mario Cristobal, I thought, did some smart stuff of like taking points, building a cushion, because he knew he had a team that couldn't catch him. And then eventually you got a little razzle dazzle there at the end where you had the reverse. Elijah Arroyo throws the touchdown pass to Cam Ward, and that was pretty much all she wrote. FSU would fart out the next drive, and then Damian Martinez got a big time run, got into the FSU, basically knocking on the door of the red zone, and then he put it in the end zone thereafter very soon, and that put a stamp on that mother bleeper. So, Miami was going to that final drive. They're up 36-7. I mean, so you were basically handling them by 30 with them before they put a window dressing on it at the end, which was kind of the same thing that happened with Louisville the week before. Like it was basically a 2-score win. They were able to put lipstick on a pig there at the end. Good for them. I don't know, man. The thing that I think is honestly good about this, I'm going to look at it from glass half full. This was looked upon a team that was Cam Ward or nothing. Couldn't say that Cam Ward had his best game today, 22 of 35, just a scratch over 200. No TD passes, which I think is the first time that's happened this season. So you credit FSU. They were able to take away the explosive plays. He had a lot of success with like those slants over the middle. That was like by far his most effective weapon. But anytime they tried to go down deep field to X, like they were running with him, couldn't get it going. There were a couple of bogus penalties too. There was like an offensive pass interference that was, I was like, all right. But nothing that ever made you too crazy. Nothing that ever made you too crazy. FSU, Cupcake, so enjoy your baked goods, Canes fans. And ultimately took out Florida, took out Florida State, took out South Florida. UCF can go to hell. No knock on the Owls, hoot hoot. But the Canes get to walk out of this year, kings of the state, and that is a big deal. That is definitely something locally that holds a lot of weight. And now they got to go into this big time matchup against Manny Diaz, the man they ousted, and can he get a little bit of revenge here? We'll see if he can get revenge against his guy Rhett Lashley, who's currently ranked. And seeing this, it looks like SMU just went up 28-21. I'm guessing they started with the ball in OT. But, I'm at one of these points right now, man. You're 8-0. You're cruising right now. And yeah, it was boring. I wouldn't say this was the most thrilling game in the world for sure. But look, we've had some thrillers the last few weeks, and you were holding on squeaky cheeks by the end. This was one of those methodical, knew they were better, knew FSU was going to have to go for broke. Basically 4 drives into this game, you were having to take them 4 down territory the entire friggin' time. So, from my standpoint, mature win for the Canes. Much better team, in your building, sold out crowd, kick their ass, like flat out. Whatever moral victory some Seminole fan wants to take, that's for them to sit on their pillows, suck their thumb, and dream about what could have been. But for the Canes fan, you TCB'd, you didn't lose, and now you move on to an even bigger one next week. Canes and Duke, who looks like they're about to tie things up at 28 apiece. So I think I'm going to go skedaddle and go watch this game. Good job of the Canes tonight. Damian Martinez, certain game ball for them. I mean, he finished, 158 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Ridiculous. Mark Flesher had 71 yards on the ground with a TD. So Canes rushed the holy hell out of the football today. 230 yards. Come on, dude. Ridiculous. And you got a little razzle dazzle at the end. Yeah, man. I mean, you're just a miserable bastard if you're gonna whine about this. So, I mean, there will be miserable bastards out there. Don't get me wrong. I don't think a Canes fan should be one of them. You should celebrate a convincing win over a longtime rival. Snapped a 3-game losing streak in the rivalry every single time. You take that, you don't apologize for it, and you move on, dude.